right, welcome back into Indiebnb. Today we are joined by Heather, Patrick, and Shafer live from their move since they were in the Pac Northwest. Now we're a little bit closer to us here in Atlanta and Nashville. Guys, it's been a little bit. What's been going on? How we doing?
Doing good. Yeah, just making music, hanging out, enjoying the South.
Love
It's
it. I
definitely
love it.
different.
Well, what's been your favorite adjustment you've made?
Gosh,
I don't know.
the people are very friendly. I'll say that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
get stuck in more 20-minute conversations at the grocery store here than I ever have.
yeah.
That's awesome. People are they're friendly and they're curious, and they want to know. That's good. That's good. Well, I mean, you guys obviously, made the move. So what was the I guess I want to jump right in. What was the impetus behind the move? Just getting closer to a music city or what was the deal?
It was uh it was getting a little wild in Seattle. That's We were based in Seattle, and with all the lockdowns and stuff, it got a little crazy. Both of my jobs shut down. At one point, we needed papers to leave the house, so we were like, let's look for a blue city in a red state. We started trying to look around for some spot where we can leave the house freely, which was a big, it got scary for a little bit for us, but
But
I
also,
got you.
it's a music city. We
yeah, yeah, yeah.
we've always been intrigued by this area, and it's certainly proven to be as musicy as it promises. So
Awesome. Well, is this I mean, as you guys have created stuff, since you guys moved, like, do you feel like you've entwined some, Southern charm into your new tunes, or do you feel like you guys have kept true to, what you guys were doing with Slender Dan before?
And we only write in cowboy boots now.
Mhm.
That's the just joking. No, no, we the music's progressed, but really it's just um you know what our influences have shifted. New albums that we get into have come out and influence what we're into, and we're not really a there's no twang yet.
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 Waiting on the twang. I
Yeah.
like it. I like it. Well, obviously you get you probably have done the Broadway scene. So what is for you guys, have you found your kind of niche community in Nashville yet, or the indie scene, or where have you guys been hanging out? What have you been doing? Like, what's that look like?
We don't hang out on Broadway a lot. It's a great place. We take visitors.
Yeah, well, when people are in town, take them down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're slowly but surely finding people that we.
Yeah, there's a whole scene in East Nashville of people that are, doing indie music or electronic music. We're not from here or anything, so we're slowly making friends, going to more shows as we're here. But yeah, there's a cool scene here.
I love it. I love it. We've got quite a few that we've interviewed up there, and so I'll definitely make some connections. Posts. We've got our buddies up. Oh man, I cannot remember they wrote Topo Chico, Travolta with two L's. They're an interesting crowd, and then
Love
heavy folk groups up there. Lowen lives up there, and then we have Timothy Edward Carpenter, I believe, lives there. Gabrielle Grace lives there. So we've interviewed quite a few from up there. So we'll definitely make some connects.
Yeah.
Post this, but you know, you guys have a new album out. You got a latest release. I do want to kind of talk through, process through that. A lot of drum machine. I listened to Wonderful. That one stuck out to me, so we want to talk through that. But with writing the new album, I mean, where did y'all do it? Did y'all do it in Nashville? Was it more so kind of in the transition? What was that like?
This new EP was all written here, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some stuff. Yeah, it's funny. So we've done a few collections of songs, and some of them were written in Seattle, some of them were written here. This one was all done here. We have a little basement studio. We do everything down there. It's all soft synths, drum machines, and then Heather's voice and guitar on this one. No, no
No,
piano.
probably.
Maybe. I forget. But Heather does a lot of instruments, so we'll have her play stuff and
I like it. I know y'all had the same kind of y'all had the same setup from Seattle. So how was it moving all that stuff? Was it like, again, did y'all leave some stuff up there, or was there end up, gaining more things as you moved over here, or?
Probably the latter.
It's a constant clutch. Yeah, we're pack rats.
We there was no cheap way to do it. We rented a moving pod and filled it with all of our gear. So yeah, we filled up the basement as soon as we got here.
I love it. I love it. Well, that's great. Well, within, that out in the new, release, you have Wonderful. So we've started doing this. This is a segment that actually you guys predate the segments now, that we've had. We've refined ourselves since we last spoke. Pete Peterson still exists, don't worry. And I won't put you through it again. Hey, I won't put you through it again, but we do have the song Spotlight, and we always like to highlight one of your songs from start to finish, how you guys, created it, and where'd you start, what'd you do? And so Wonderful is that song today. I want to kind of understand, from nothing to something. How did we get Slender Dan's Wonderful?
I love that you chose that one, by the way. I think that's my favorite off of the whole EP.
Yeah, I think that's, yeah.
I think it started we often write about, darker topics, or more depressing things, and we just wanted a breath of fresh air. So that's kind of where it started.
Yeah, the chorus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We try and stay away from like hard sounding beats and hard sounding music too. So this one was on the more chill side as well. I don't know, which it oftentimes they'll start with like a concept of like how do we want this one to feel, and we'll try and like narrow it down and get closer to the feel that we had in our heads of like, oh, we want this one to be like dark and spooky sounding, or we want this one to be chill and light, or so, and try and round out the albums with more of like a concept. And yeah.
Did you have a beat for this one ahead of time? Probably.
This one, I like swung patterns. This one's very versus I don't want to explain straight or swung, but like instead of like very even, it's like a gallop kind of thing, and I like faster swung gallop patterns like that. So building it around that was I'll instantly like it more, a beat like that.
Gotcha. And so did you guys start, so it sounds like you said you start with the feel. So like, to take me through more of that, like, is it like, all right, like, let's just make this last one light and breezy, or was it like, hey, we kind of put all these together, and then you kind of picked out this one to kind of develop and push as far as like beats and everything go, from like the beginning part?
Yeah. I mean, we don't it's the collection of songs will come about, or we just kind of write songs, and then we'll say like, oh, these couple fit together in a collection. So we're like, oh, we have a few songs here that we can turn into an EP or an album or whatever it is. What does this need to fill it out in our minds? Like what is it missing? And this was one of those that started of like, oh, we want to end it on like a nice chill note, after there's two dark interludes in there, and it starts off with like kind of a dancier pop song, and then it's like a dark middle song. We wanted something nice and chill to round it out, so otherwise it would feel too one emotion or another, so it's
Yes.
so that's we try and do stuff like that.
I feel like we talk about like corruption or propaganda or just dark things like that so much that this song is almost kind of like a reminder to ourselves that things are nice and wonderful. It's like, the lyrics are kind of like telling yourself like, oh yeah, the world is a beautiful place. So it's just a nice reminder at the end of the EP, I think.
Yeah.
I like it.
Gloom.
Nothing. So the EP is called Nothing Forever. And so I guess, Wonderful rounds it out at the end. But, for you guys, like when you come up with a name for an EP, or as you come up with Wonderful, like, what's the process there to get get to that point, like where you're like, all right, this is the name that I feel feels good.
I don't don't remember where this one came from.
I think you just had that interlude named Nothing Forever,
Is that what it was?
right? And then we just chose it because we liked how it sounded.
Yeah, the names are tricky. Like sometimes they're inspired by stuff. Like sometimes we'll hear something in a movie or like reading a poem or something. Or I don't know where this one came from. It might have just been the title of that song, and then we're like, oh, that's cool for the whole thing. It's real that it. I don't know.
It's sometimes that, and sometimes like our album Gestalt, like
Yeah,
that's a word that really means something to us, and we were focused on during that time. So yeah, this time it was more.
It was more just that's a cool.
We like
name.
it.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I always ask the name question, and like people, there's never like unless there's some like very driven reason for something. Like they're always like, yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of like that's how the vibe was, and I always love that. And like one of our folks, Runner, he had said like in talking about band names, it's like bands, aren't the names aren't any good until the band's good. And so, again, it's the same thing with, any album or any song, I'm sure the same deal. So, well, what's awesome is, you can find all these, all the Slender Dan collection, anywhere you can find music. Of course, touring wise, where are we getting into? I mean, what's the future looking like for Slender Dan to get on the road?
We're working on a live show.
So I don't know. So we haven't done a show. We don't play live. It's just kind of an online band that we do in our spare time. We both work full time and just like making music, and it's just something fun for us to do. But we miss playing live. We played in other bands our whole lives live
Yeah.
with real instruments and. So we started working on an album that has all real instruments: guitar, drums, bass, um, a lot of piano.
Yeah, that'll come out later this year, but we're gonna play it live.
The idea is
then-
to play that one live. Yeah.
We'll probably make some of our previously released songs a little more real instrument.
Yeah,
as
we'll
well, and
rework
play
them so we
live.
can do them live. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So we'll get some Slender Dan that's like a little bit more acoustic and in that frame.
Yeah.
yeah. That's the idea. Anyways, we'll see.
Now, will y'all ever get any? We'll cover any Tiger Rider during that, or will there be any action there or no?
I think the genre is probably a little too different. We
Yeah.
probably won't, but that would be a fun idea.
That would be fun.
I gotcha. Well, with you guys, I mean, where are some places you guys want to get to, and you got a lot of weekend options around Nashville to kind of explore. So I have folks that are doing a lot of college scenes. I have folks that are doing a lot of different. You could go play all the way down Broadway if you wanted to, but
Yeah.
where are some places that you guys are looking and kind of targeting to maybe set up a couple of shows for you?
I think a good goal would be like Bonnaroo. Probably not this. It wouldn't be this summer,
Yeah.
but maybe the next one. We
Mhm.
shoot something like that would be fun.
Yeah, definitely Atlanta, so we'll hit you up.
Yeah. We come to Atlanta. Yeah.
We love the city because there's so many things within 3 hours of here.
Yeah.
Memphis, Chattanooga, Atlanta, all those. But I think Bonnaroo would be a good goal.
We went to
Yeah.
we went to a show in St. Louis kind of recently. That was
Yeah.
it is all kind of accessible, which is nice. Versus the Pacific Northwest, you drive for 3 hours, you're still in Washington.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're a little bit more. All the municipals are kind of put together here a little bit by the highway, so you can get to places easier for sure. As you guys are kind of pushing towards this live album, is it stuff that you guys are experiencing here in Nashville? Like, what's kind of the inspiration for the writing you guys have coming up on this upcoming release?
I'd say our biggest influences would be just bands we like The Smile, Radiohead's new project. We love Hayley Williams solo stuff. We love, odd time signatures or noodly guitar parts, things like that.
Yeah, little musical tangents and things. I will say typically we've written about a lot of external things, like what's going on in the world that's bothering us, and but this one is a little bit more internal, like how we're there's a lot of more feelies in this in these songs, I think. Is that
Yeah.
accurate? Yeah.
There's more Feelies. Do we have a name, or is it are we still kind of in the percolating process? There's no name
Yeah,
yet.
yeah. Still working on it, but yeah, it's yeah, we're excited about this one.
I love it. I love it. It's gonna
Like with the show, it's you stay one thing ahead. So we released, we've been working on these ones since before we started the EP. You stay one thing ahead of what you're releasing,
Mhm.
I got you. I got you. And so, as far as, for you guys, whenever you guys release something or get it out, get it out there, you know, expectations for, somebody, whenever I walk into the show, will I get both? Will I get a little bit of drum machine, or will I get, more, live plus drum machine? Because I know people know you as Slender Dan, they think, heavy drum machine, a little bit more electronic. Like whenever I walk in the show, what should I expect? Or what I guess would be your ideal, whenever you guys do start booking things and getting going.
we're trying to figure out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ideal would be both, right?
Yeah.
We're very much in that process right now.
Yeah. We don't want it to be so different though. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
yeah, we're trying to find that line.
Even the album we're working on, there's still plenty of synths and electronic elements, so it's not so far off that hopefully it's a cohesive show. We'll see.
Yeah.
Love it. I love it. Well, what's somebody who you guys, if you were to get a call, who would you want the call to be for, hey, we need Slender Dan to open for us? Who would be on the other side of that phone call?
The smile.
Yeah.
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 The smile, hands down.
Yeah.
I love it.
Those are that's two dudes from Radiohead.
Do you know the
and
smile?
you should check them
I
out.
think I think I've checked out a couple, but I know Radiohead for sure.
Yes, Tom and Johnny from Radiohead, and then a different drummer, Tom Skinner, and they're unreal. They have a new album coming out this Friday, actually, so I'm very excited for that.
All right, let's go.
Oh, this
We'll
other
get
band.
Happy to.
No, I mean, I think it's a fair fair promo there, because you're hey guys, if you need an opener in Nashville,
Yeah.
you got people right here. If they're listening, they may be. Who knows? Well, I like to since you guys were getting a little internal in the fields, I've started to kind of think about, as we have people back on again and again, I like to get in and get some positivity going within the band. And so my last few questions here, I want to understand, what's something, Patrick, you like about Heather's style within the band, whether it be like, hey, she just is so focused on writing music, or, what are some things that about her as a bandmate that you admire?
Yeah.
I love when Heather is writing bass parts or piano parts. It's always, it's obviously stuff that I wouldn't or couldn't come up with, but it's very inspiring. Some songs I'll start them, some songs Heather will start them, and it's the ones that she starts are usually very inspiring for me. It's fun to work on those.
Well, Heather, same question. Things that you admire about Patrick as your bandmate, and what are things that you're excited about whenever he does those things?
I admire so many things, but I would say well, I would say kind of Patrick's sort of relentless need to push the envelope. He's always wanting to try something new or out of the box for us, which I really like. And I think that motivates me and us, and just his work ethic in general. I mean, he's definitely, the manager of this band. Keeps me going when I'm feeling down or whatever. So yeah, your work ethic is really, really inspirational.
I love it. I love it. I think like there's so many dynamics with the band. I was sitting at a show last night, and the reason I thought about that question was like, I wonder what all these people like about this guy in the band. Like, what's this guy bringing? Is he the vibes guy? Is he the all time just like good time Charlie? Is he the one getting the party started, or is she the one getting the party started, or so I had that curiosity, and I'm like, man, I got to start asking this to all the people we interview, because I think it'll be a unique take. And like, obviously you can ask the opposite and it will get dark quickly, but like, I don't want to know. I don't want to know what you don't like about each other. I want to know what you like about each other.
I love that question. We've never met.
Yeah,
That was cool.
So, well, good. Well, I have a couple questions for Shafer. If he could, please get on the camera, that'd be excellent.
It's your turn.
Hey, Shafer, what's your favorite snack? Oh,
Anything
these
you can
ones.
get out of the trash can.
Anything out of the trash can. I love it.
He just got in the trash can a couple days ago, and he's finally returning to normal digestive wise.
He's had a rough couple days from that.
Yeah.
He will not learn from the experience, though.
He does not learn when he touches the hot stove. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Now, how important is Shafer in the band? Is he, again, what do you guys admire about him being a part of the band as well?
Well, he's half of our content, first of all.
He's the mascot.
He keeps us happy and playful. He's the vibes guy for sure.
He's the all-time vibes guy. Yeah. I like it. Well, we love that. Well, everybody go listen to Nothing Forever, the EP out right now on Spotify, YouTube, any of the places that you find music. We got some live stuff coming up from Slender Dan. If you're in the Southeast, be on the lookout for it. Get some alerts going for Slender Dan, because they'll be hopefully announcing some live shows. Make sure did I miss anything else? Is there anything else coming out for you guys in this point?
Oh yeah, we do have we have a slowed down, pitched down version of our first EP coming out soon.
I think that was the first time we talked to you guys, was about the Waking Life EP.
Oh man, wow. Back in 20. What, all right?
Yeah, we're doing like a anniversary slowed down version of it. Dropping in March.
More ambient.
I love that. I love it. So we're gonna slow it down in March, and then we're gonna do it live in May and June. Let's go. Awesome, guys. Well, I appreciate you guys coming on and chatting with me again, and look forward to seeing everything coming from Nashville, the Nashville version of Slender Dan.
Yes.
Love it. All right, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Of course.